Hi, this is Mary Grace, and thank you for watching my floss today, or at least just clicking on it. That inspires me, and if you watch further, hopefully I will inspire you. As this is a review of 2024, the first thing I did was went back and watched my video from last year of plans for 2025. And things have changed, which is why I enjoyed watching the video so much, and I highly recommend it for you too if you're that type of person who likes some retrospect, and it can inspire you. And that's what we're all about. I put a list of goals on the wall, and those goals were based on many things. And like I said, things have changed. First thing that changed is that some of those goals were based on a Facebook page that I belong to that had a lot of challenges, Halloween related. And that Facebook page went away. And I'm very sorry that it went away. She had really outdone herself, and I think it was overwhelming her. And because I wanted to participate in all of her challenges, I was overwhelming myself, which is why I'm glad it went away, because I need something just a little bit more low-key to inspire me to stitch regularly on my projects. Number 2, I split my floss tube. Last year, my 2024 floss tube spoke both about my cross stitch and about my quilting. This one will only be about floss stuff. I now have a separate YouTube where I talk about my quilting, and usually 100 people click on that, and that really inspires me to do more quilting. Whereas only 30 of you click on my floss tube related to floss. And Maureen, if you are one of those 30, you have to stop watching now. So on to my list, and for the rest of you who want to know why Maureen can't watch, here's the answer. On my list of 2024, well, actually 12 to do in 2024, the first one was scary stitches. And if you went back and watched my video, you know I haven't done much. I have added 2 stitches here and 2 stitches here. I still need to add some stitches there. This has got some issues because I didn't do my frame correctly. I don't care. I like it. It has fancy stitches. I haven't finished it because someone else, CJ, has not finished hers, and we're going to put them in together into the needlework show. Hers will look better than mine, but it's nifty to have some in there together, and we want to do it together, so I haven't bothered because she has done 24 plus in 24. Which is why, and she gets distracted, which is why she hasn't finished this one. I'm just using that all as my excuse. So, number 2 on my list from last year was a frog cross stitch for my older son, which I did finish and completed and gave to him, which is why you can't see it here. Check one of my prior videos. Personalization. I personalized that one a lot. I highly recommend personalization. I hope I inspire you to personalize your pieces. There are no pattern police, and personalization makes things more fun. Next on my list is where the ink changes color. The things in green was my original list of 12. Then I put some things in black that jumped in place. So the next thing that jumped in place was a stitch called Home is Where the Cats Are that I finished and gave away. Then I'm going to go back to green. I was supposed to do a snowflake cross stitch for my mother, similar to mine. I just gave her mine. Next, No Longer Living, No is what I called it. And this is what it is. It's called No Longer Living in Sin. Inside joke for all of you Catholics out there. And I wouldn't have even been able to show it to you, except I and my friend did not meet in person. So I'm showing it to you all now because I'm very proud of it, would like to have some record of it. And of course, hopefully I will give it to her, but then I won't get it back to the Montgomery County Fair. But if I don't give it to her before the fair, I get to put it in the fair. Next on the list was my dragon. This was part of the challenge. Her challenge was to do a dragon a quarter. I got the first one done, and then I didn't have to do any more, which was great. It allowed me to do some other things. This is the 3rd dragon I have completed in the series. The last dragon I plan to do will be this one, and it will be red floss on a black background, and then I will have my 4 dragons. This was supposed to be my travel project because, well, that's what it was. But instead, this is my travel project, which I know is not cross-stitch. But really, this is really a much easier travel project away because when I travel, sometimes I'm with people, and this requires a lot less looking at the pattern. And this is number 2 in a series of owls I want to do. Again, I changed the flosses, personalization, because I like mine to look slightly more realistic. It was supposed to be blue. It is not blue. So I'm working on this, and hopefully we'll have this done in time for the fair. The next thing that jumped on here was campfire cats. It wasn't on the original list, and I haven't gotten it out of the package yet. The next on the list was the Snowdrop Fairy. Now, I have gotten much farther along on this fairy. Much. But it's still, I should follow the monogamous stitcher rule and really focus on this, but other things keep jumping in the way. Which is why I'm glad the challenge went away, because I would have gamified and played with the challenge and really wanted to jump on all of her challenges, and this would never get done. Maybe it'll get done this year. Next on the list was a owl on perforated paper. I got that done, and I put it in the fair, and I think I even got a blue ribbon, mostly because I was the only one who showed up for perforated paper ornament Halloween. But hey, someone's got to show up. After that on my list was the owl bell pull. Didn't start that. The Girl Scout white whale, nowhere near that. The blue jay, haven't gotten any further along on that. But what I have done, like this dragon, is I have some finally finished. I got them in the frame. My friend bought me the CDs of cross stitches from years past, and this was out of that CD. And originally, I was going to I had planned to do 4 of these. I was going to do 1 for each season and quilt it all together, and that is just not going to happen. Or if it does, I'll take it out of this frame. And I had these buttons, so I thought, I'll get this done. Look, finally finished this year, and that's the key thing. The technical rule, there are several rules of the Montgomery County Fair. One of them is, it's something you're supposed to have finished in this year. Now, so you'll note the year says 2023. I did finish it in 2023, and again, it should have gone last year's, but it did not get finished. I only did this part this year. Number 1, I had a rash right near the Montgomery County Fair. It was on steroids, wasn't thinking straight, was trying to complete my 13 things for baking. So, a few things missed the fair. This missed the fair. Well, I had a different plan for it. I didn't have it in a frame. There was a lot going on, but I did talk to the people who run the cross-stitch category, because it's actually called Hidden Embroidery, because I'm in the Montgomery County Fair Mafia now. And I was like, do I clip off the things? And she's like, well, it's finally finished, and we do tell the judges that we take it on faith that that's when you finally finished it. And I did. I had to do all this stitching in this year to get it in this frame, so that is finally finished. So that's going to go in the fair. And also, the reasons for those rules for the Montgomery County Fairs, number 1, there's a couple, the big competition, the Homemaker of the Year. Remember, I tried for that 2 years ago. I finished 50 things. And if I was stacking things to finish them all that year, that wouldn't be playing the game right. And I like to play the game right. No cheating. So, since I'm not participating in that, I'm not hurting anyone by having one that's a little late in, but it does technically follow the rules. So this will be in the fair, because this year I have a box. Last year I didn't have a box. I put things on a shelf. Things didn't get finished. It's a disaster. This year I've got a box again. So after showing it all to you, it's going back in the box so that I can display it, get a little ribbon, all that kind of fun stuff. The other reason, specifically in this category for that rule, is they have a Busy Hand Award, and I can't get that award either because I'm out for 5 years. So again, I'm not, preventing somebody else. I'm not cheating and going to beat somebody else out for those awards. So back to finally finished. And this one does truly meet the qualifications this year. I know, again, it says 22. But to get this in the frame, I had to add 2 rows all the way around. So I was still stitching on it up until last week. And this is back to that personalization. This is the original pattern. It's got one of those ridiculous waists in it. Mine has a much better waist. It had 4 skulls. I honestly wish I'd gotten rid of a few more of the skulls, but I got rid of one of the skulls and I had a bat. It didn't have the obligatory cat. Maybe that's because it's the trophy obligatory cat. I got rid of the stack of books and I had a cat. It had a raven. Y'all know I like owls, so it had to have an owl. And then I made in the pattern, this is all yellow. I thought it looked much more flamey if I used a bunch of different colors. And I have no idea if you're having bad glare. If you are, I apologize. I have used satin floss for this, and I've used glittery floss here. So I've really axed out those pieces. And I took out a whole big swath of background stitching that was supposed to be there because I didn't think it added to it. And this got it done. And now that I've done the extra stitching all the way around, it is done, finished. My husband was kind enough to find a frame hanger for it and put the hanger on because to put things in the fair, they must be finished and hanging. You can't just have something like if this was done stitching, but the back was still hanging out like this, that's not finished. It has to be finished to be in the fair. And that's why I can put these 2 things in this year, even though I did most of the stitching in a prior year. So on to, the other thing from last year that I still haven't gotten that far on, the Blue Jay, I haven't gotten any further along on. So that's actually, yeah, okay, I did put that on my list for 2025. So on my list for 2025 is, of course, Scary Stitches. On my list is the Snowdrop Fairy. Then, it says the Blue Jay. I don't think that's the truth. What's really going to be next is going to be a piece of red work pattern from the Gift of Stitching magazine, which, jump online, get it now. It's 72 issues for about $30 from 2016 to 2006 to 2012. I'm not sponsored, but $30 gets you 72 issues. That's not a bad deal. My friend gifted me that collection. There's not a lot of Halloween. There is a lot of peacocks and Quakers and samplers. And like I said, there's that red work that I want to do. So that's why I'm excited about it. So that's probably going to jump in line. Hard to say. The other things I have sitting over here is not cross-stitch related. And I haven't found, there seems to be quilt tubes and floss tubes, but most floss tubes are cross-stitch related. Then there's crazy quilting, which y'all know I love, and Ivory Blushes. I can't wait to see her next one. But there's some other stuff. So related to the Montgomery County Fair, trying new things. I want to try smocking. So I got a kit. And I actually even went to a judging course on smocking and picked up a few tricks there. I need to watch some more videos. And hopefully I will have this done for the fair. So it's not on my list, but it is something I want to do. Because I think it'd be fun. And try something new. That's why I love Montgomery County Fair. It gives me a whole list of things to try and stretch and see what I like. I like quilting and crazy quilting. And, so maybe smocking, because it's also in the hand embroidery. I mean, that's why I tried stump work. I like stump work. I want to do more stump work. I have so many things I want to do more of, but I got to work still, which is why you don't always get too many videos. It's almost work time now. really hard work time, but that is part of the plan. I also, part of the plan for next year is to maybe do this. I don't know. I got this kit. You know me and a kit. But I might completely just cut out the ornaments. It's only 2D. It's not 3D really, except for the stitching. I might cut the ornaments off the background, put it on red. There might be a lot of things that happen there. Who knows? But that's because my eldest son has moved out, and I talked to him, and I want to make him a stocking for his away from the house. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the other item that I'll probably be working on at the fair is this lovely owl. I ordered an owl I could weave, but this is what I got instead. They sent me the owl I could weave. I didn't like it. This I like, but I'm going to probably work on this at the fair as my demonstration piece. And then lastly, one of my other plans, another one ooh, look close to the back. I picked up this, I went to Salty Yarns. If you're anywhere near, if you're in the state of Delaware, at any point in time, you got to make the drive to Salty Yarns if you like cross-stitching. They moved, huge location, lots of gorgeous stuff. I am not sponsored. And we were actually there in Bethany to see a cross-stitch exhibit or needlepoint exhibit over last day of it, Veterans Day weekend. And we were like, well, the stitching exhibit was much shorter than we thought. But it was really well done, gorgeous stuff. And we're like, well, we're only half an hour from Salty Yarns, so what the hey? So we drove down to Salty Yarns. And this was one of the patterns that was there that was gorgeous. And I was like, oh, do you have it? And they had it. And it was $8, and it includes the charms. She has 12 of them. Go, there, drive, now, get it. And there's also a nifty one on the back that actually says Happy Quilting. So I might have to get that because I have a goal to do, I have a quilt in mind that would have cross-stitch in it and quilting, combine them all. Also, while I was there, I bought myself another chatelaine. You know, I have one on my neck that I wear here because I love me a good theme. And so I have a thought to do a doll that would have this, it would be a doll face, upper body, and the skirt would be cross-stitch, and this would be hanging from her chatelaine, and she'd probably be witch-themed. So, another plan, because, yeah, no more patterns. We all say, and then we go buy patterns. And then we work on them, which is why doing a video of what your plans are, then seeing what you've done can be really fun. Can inspire you. I hope I have inspired all of you. Like I said, just your clicks have inspired me. Hopefully I talked about everything I meant to talk about. If I didn't, oh well. Thank you, and good luck stitching in 2025. Bye!